Hello everyone, and welcome to By The Fireside. Today I'm going to read Bad Delivery by Anonymous. This happened to me last night, and now I literally cannot sleep or stop shitting my pants due to its proximity to my house. I'll try to write as much as I can, but first, some background. I'm 21 years old and a college senior. I live in a semi-rural area, about 20 minutes to the closest supermarket or fast food place. I go to school in Washington DC, but not the nice part. The part where crackheads are a real thing, and cops are reassuring rather than troublesome. I've definitely seen some shit in my day. It would be good to mention here that I'm not some glandular freak, but I'm about 6'1" and 240-ish. A lot of muscle, but Lord knows I could drop 15 pounds. I like to smoke pot and get drunk and eat. Sue me. Being the good student that I am, I picked a real major, accounting, and I interned for a mid-sized PR firm, doing accounting bitch work and getting paid $20 an hour. College is expensive as fuck, though, so I deliver pizzas at night after the office closes. It's a cheap, drunk food kind of pizza place that has an absurdly large delivery radius and is around 20 minutes from my house and 5 minutes from the beach. My place is north of there, and we deliver probably another 15 minutes past my house. I'm actually typing this at work, in between examining the fine print on our client contracts to ensure we are charging them every penny we can. Cheap bastards. So basically, the further north you go from the pizza place, the more rural it gets. I work until close, and this occurs around 9:45 PM. So, last night, I was in the back of a pizza joint, folding pizza boxes like a good little corporate bitch. The counter girl came back with a delivery slip. She told me the customer sounded weird on the phone, kind of like he was talking through a fan or through his hands, and that he was almost gurgling. My DC experience instantly made me think crackhead, although around here it's way more likely to be some benzo freak or painkiller addict. I automatically assumed some weird interaction would occur. I look at the address. I see it's in kind of bumblefuck nowhere. I'm a little mad, cause I don't want to drive that far, but fuck it. It's the weirdest ticket I've ever seen. The guy has ordered a large pizza with anchovies, grounded beef, ham, sausage, pepperoni, etc. Literally $15 worth of extras. I go ask the counter girl if it's right. She says she thinks so. She couldn't really make it out though, so she said she did her best. She's like 16, so I cut her some slack. Assumed she was daydreaming, and I called the number back. The phone rang 5, 10, 20, 30 times, but there was no answer. I hung up, and I called again. The phone goes right to, "The number you have dialed does not have a voicemail box that has been set up yet. Goodbye." Okay then. The manager decided to just make the pizza as ordered and proceed from there. Whilst the pizza is being made, I delivered another pizza to a hilariously obese and blackout drunk couple. They invited me in for drinks, but I don't drink or smoke when I work. I hoped someone else took the weird pizza, but surprise, no one did. It's my turn. I begrudgingly take the pizza and get in my car. I entered the address into my phone. It's on a side street, adjacent to a park locals call Open Space, which despite the name, is about 500 acres of straight woods. It's about 25 minutes away, basically the edge of our range. On the way there, I crank up my dubstep and crank up my turbo sub and drive. If you're not from a rural area, this can be pretty hard to explain, but winter in the woods is pretty scary. There is never a single sound, ever. Unless there's something larger than a cat walking around, it's you and dead silence. I finally made it to the address. There are a few houses on the street, but they sit on probably 5 acres, so they are spaced out a fair amount. I'm looking for number 1134. I pass 1130, then a long stretch of nothing, then 1144. I just want to get this over with and get the next delivery without getting stabbed by some pillhead over a fucking pizza, so I call the number. It rings and rings and then just stops. There's no sound, but instead kind of like a buzzing or a humming. It's hooked up to my car stereo, and it's getting louder and louder until I just hang up, because I don't want to ruin my speakers. The windows are fogging up, because at this point I'm pulled over between those 2 houses. Right when I roll the windows down, I am overcome by the odour of decaying trash, like driving through Newark, New Jersey. Fucking gross. So I put the car in first and start pulling toward the next house. At the end of the driveway, there's a stanchion with a light on top. Gonna pull into this house and knock, and ask if maybe they gave the wrong number over the phone. It makes sense for a pillhead. I'm probably 100 feet away when I see someone step out of the darkness into the light at the bottom of the driveway. Good, I think. It's a fucker that ordered. Expecting this guy to be all over the place, leaning over and being fucked up, I notice that the guy isn't actually that fucked up. I stop the car about 10 feet from him. He's wearing a black coat that looks 3 times too big for him, even though he's probably got 5 inches on me. I don't really look at him at first. I'm busy getting the pizza out of the car and getting a ticket and change as I talk. "Hey sir," I say. "Sorry about the wait and the call. This is pretty far." No response. I realise I should be watching him, considering the signs. The smell is still pretty pungent, but I know it's not trash day. I get the pizza on the roof of my car. He is standing under the light on the opposite side of my car. So I got out of my driver's seat and went to the rear to get the pizza. I put the pizza on the roof of the driver rear side. Guy is probably 10 feet away from passenger rear side. I finally pay enough attention to get a good look at him. He's gigantically tall. No shoes, ripped up jeans, stains everywhere. He's wearing a stupidly big jacket, as I mentioned before. And then I look at his face. He has sunken eyes. I can't even see them with the light. I'm getting really sketched out, because the guy hasn't moved or said a word. I stop the process of getting the pizza out, and I just stare at the guy. He is staring right back at me, with those freaky fucking eyes I can't see. His head is sort of bobbing side to side, but not in any fluid sense at all. Kind of like a car door, like how it stops at halfway open, then you give it another shove, and it stops at all the way open. I watch his head do this in no real pattern for probably 10 seconds. I'm starting to get really uneasy between the stench and the head thing, and the eyes, and the not fucking answering any of my sentences or questions. I stand frozen, and so does he. Without breaking eye contact, I take my phone out of my pocket and hold it level with the roof, so I can look at the guy and my phone at the same time. I go to recent calls, call the number for the guy. I call it. The phone starts ringing, but I hear no phone anywhere. Then out, in the woods, I hear faintly, so faintly, a cell phone is ringing, maybe 50 or 100 yards away. This is me kicking myself for not getting my gun out. I am kicking myself for not being armed. I am kicking myself and almost shitting myself. The guy is just standing there, still doing the head thing, but I swear I see him smile. I finally get the courage to speak. Can you please come and get this? Also, I think you may have dropped your phone when you were hiding a body or whatever in the woods. I nervously laugh, still thinking maybe this guy dug too deep into the prescription bottle, or found some PCP or some shit. I see his mouth open, head still bobbing, feet planted to the ground. He makes a sort of low, guttural, quick grunt, then a high grunt, then a low grunt. They are sort of soft, kind like someone cleaning their throat. I've shut the rear passenger door at this point, and I'm ready to bucket it to the driver's seat if I have to. Just as I go to call that phone again, I hear words. The phone's not mine. The pause between the phone and phone's not was way too long. Phone's not literally sounded like one word. Mine came off an octave higher. My mind is at DEFCON 5, like just full panic attack. My knees are weak. I'm literally about to pass out. I push the pizza to the far side of the roof away from me. Finally say, "Sir, you are freaking me the fuck out. I have a 45 and less than $20 on me. Please come and take this so I can leave." When I say this, the head bobbing stops. His eyes are dark and burning a hole through my skull. He opens his mouth again. It was his. What? I say, stunned. It was his. The phone was his. The guy comes toward the door. Not a step, but like one huge muscle spasm that propels him forward. The phone was his, he repeats. I'm on the verge of tears at this point. I'm standing next to the open driver's side. Pizza is on the roof over the passenger rear door. The guy jerk jumps once closer to the car. The phone is not his anymore. I blubber wordlessly, and then gathering man balls I scream, "I'm gonna call the fucking cops and blow your fucking drug addict head off if you don't get the fuck out of here." I see this fucker smile, this creepy fucking smile, and without moving his mouth, I hear him say in a completely different voice, a voice I've never heard before, "Go away. Stop following me. I will call the police." In one big jerky motion, the thing reaches forward, takes the pizza off the top of the car, and places a couple of round things that I later identify as quarters on the roof surrounded by dark liquid that spreads all over. I don't even think, I just get in the car and peel out down the road. I leave the hot sleeve of the pizza, Leave the shit on the roof. Don't even close the door all the way. I go down the road at about 80 for a quarter of a mile. Then I pull a U-turn, because I don't want to get even more lost with this psycho around. I whip down the road past the place where he was. Nothing. I finally got to the end of the road. There's a stop sign to merge with the main road. I look right to make sure it's clear. Look left. This thing's face is 12 inches from my own when I turn. I basically shit myself and peel down the road. Later, I finally made it back to the pizza place, shaking like hell. I smoke a joint just to calm me down, which I never do when I'm working. I walk in the front door of the pizza place. Hey man, that guy at the open space house just called back. He said you forgot some food, but he only ordered the pizza, right? He said come back, I don't know. I start crying. I look at my phone, which has been thrown around the car by my driving. I have 14 missed calls from that number. I'm literally in tears. All the voicemails are empty except the last one. And all I can hear on that last voicemail is ragged breathing and those low grunts. I'm bawling my eyes out now, in front of this hot counter girl, and I don't give a fuck. I sit for 10 minutes and calm down. And then I remember the change on the roof. I go out to the car and I turn on my flashlight. The roof of my car is covered with the most viscous, weird liquid, but it smells like blood and I throw up immediately. In the panel gap between my trunk and the end of my rear window, I find the quarters. They're covered in the same maple syrup goop, blood stuff, and stuck to it are soft little chunks of what I can only imagine is tissue. I go to open my car and my blood turns to ice. There is a single line of blood going from the front quarter panel to the driver's side door. The fucking thing tried to open my motherfucking door when it was next to me at the stop sign. I cry a little bit more. I go back in and tell the counter girl to try and call the number again. She tries over and over, but the phone goes right to voicemail. The next morning I give the number to my uncle, who is a police captain a few towns over. He says the number is from a burner phone, paid in cash, basically untraceable, and it appeared to be off right now. I sleep with the lights on now.